Hey everyone. So this weekend we're putting the bumper guards on the front bumper of the '64 Impala. Now this bumper was not originally drilled for the bolt holes to put these bumper guards on. So I'm going to show you how I did that and did it accurately. Good day, good day. So what are we working on today? Well, I think it was last week. In the final video segment, I showed you this jig that I made for drilling the holes in the front bumper sections for the bumper guard. So, and it just snaps on here, like so, and it's got the hole in it right there as a a template or jig. I made this from a good bumper segment that had the factory holes in it for the bumper guards. So it came from a good source. So anyways, and oh, we're falling down. So the reason I did it is because I've seen examples of like this, which is what you don't want to do. So I made a jig to do, to drill the hole properly. So that means that I'm going to snap this in place. Now this segment that since this is a new jig and I'm just testing it out, here's a front bumper segment that I can sacrifice as the beta test. So what I'm going to do is I have a step drill that I got from that place, whose initials are HF, and I've made a little spacer to go inside this hole here to make sure that when I drill the pilot hole, it's perfectly centered. I don't want it to go off center, and if I used a standard drill bit, like a 7/16 drill bit, would walk a lot. So that's what I don't want. So anyways, all set up and let's go to it. All right, so it's snapped in place. I've got my spacer in there that I'm going to drill the hole, my pilot hole through. And for the sake of safety, I'm going to hold it in place using this 3/8 wrench. It's a 7/16 spacer, so this is a nice, comfortable fit around the perimeter of it. So now we're going to start the pilot hole and see what kind of damage we're doing. Yeah, it's starting, but it's not through the chrome yet. Chrome is really hard. And that's some hard metal. Looks good though so far. Either this drill bit is dull or that's really hard steel. I suppose we're going to find out. You know what? Let me get a regular drill bit and see if it's just a dull step drill. All right, so we got a nice start on it. We're maybe like a quarter of the way through. So I don't think there's any chance of the standard drill bit doing any walking. So it's exactly what I suspected. The tip of that step drill is dull. All right. So we have our pilot hole right there. And we didn't chip any chrome around the edge, so far so good. That's I don't know that we really need this now because we got our pilot hole in the right spot, but I'm going to see how we do with the step drill to expand the hole out to 7/16. All right, so what I've done is put some masking tape around the step drill right at the 1/2 inch size so that 7/16 is the last exposed increment on the drill bit. So let's see how we do now. Okay, let's see if that is 7/16. So far it looks good. Here's a brand new 3/8 bolt that I'm using for the bumper guard. It's a 3/8 course, by the way. Goes down through nice. So let's see if it's in the right spot. Had it turned a bit wrong way. Okay, let me tighten that up and see how we do. So there we have it. We got a bumper guard bolted on. And no problems with it. All right, so here we go on the passenger side now. Same process. Hold the spacer down, and we're going to start our pilot hole. How we doing? Yeah, it looks good. It started. So let me continue. So there we go. Passenger side done. Just like the other one. And you know, the whole process took about 3 or 4 minutes. So pretty quick and accurate. Nice. So now, keep in mind that my intent with these was really to be able to drill the holes with the bumper on the car, because I know that, you know, the majority of people, that's what they're going to want to do. They don't want to have to, you know, take the bumper off and disassemble the whole thing just to drill these holes. So that's what I'm doing now. The bumper is on the car, and I'm getting ready to drill those. Okay, so pilot hole is done. Can actually remove this now and use the step drill to bring it out to 7/16, just like we did on the bench. All right, so now the fun part is putting it on from with your hand underneath here. Now, surprisingly, there's enough space there to be able to do that. So, you know, stick the bolt up through first, put it in place, and then I guess you got to feel around a bit for the threaded hole in the bracket. There we go. So that's on, and I'll put the bottom bolt in next, and we'll call this side done. Passenger side. All right, voila. We got our hole, nice clean hole. This seems to work better actually with the bumper on the car. I find that you know, the jig goes on, it sits more solid than it did with just the, you know, the end piece, because I designed it so that it would sit down inside this groove right here, and that's what keeps it stable. So it works out pretty good. So now I just gotta find the hole, bolt it through, put her in place. Now I'm not as good at this with my left hand. Let's see how this works out. All right, threads have started. Now, it looks like, yeah, the bottom edge of this bumper is bent down just slightly, which is why this one doesn't want to go all the way down. I might have to take this off, put a crescent wrench on there, and bend it back up. But otherwise, I'd say it's done. So there we go. Bumper guards are on. And when I get around to the rear bumper, replacing the rear bumper that is, I've got bumper guards for that too.